What's going on, folks? Rick here. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to do a update video on the Galaxy S7 Edge from bed. I decided, why not? Let's make a quick video and tell you guys my thoughts and impressions of the Galaxy S7 Edge about 2 weeks into it. There's some things on this phone I've grown to love, and there's some things I've grown to not like as much. So with every video that I do, I actually try to get the bads out the way first, and then highlight some of the good features of any device that I'm reviewing. So without further ado, let's talk about the first bad thing. So now, with the S7 and S7 Edge, Samsung has brought back micro SD expandability. Okay, I purchased my micro SD card from Samsung directly because I didn't want to get a bootleg knockoff that they sell on eBay and Amazon half the time. So I bought it directly from them. I bought a 90 megabits per second SD card. I spent a few extra dollars to have that speed on there, which was recommended by Samsung. And I'm having this error message that I found out in some forums that a lot of people are having. So let me try to focus a little better. Sorry, guys. So if you can't see what it says SD card for transferring photos in Medium. So not a big deal, right? But after a while, it gets quite annoying. So what will wind up happening is you can go down and swipe this message away, and within a minute or two, the pop-up will come back up. It'll come back up on your lock screen. It'll come back up at the top of your screen as well at the notification panel. You'll see a little SD card icon all the time. So when I wind up going into forums, I've heard a lot of people were having these issues, even though T-Mobile told me that this is the first they're hearing of it, which I think is a big lie. But a lot of people were having the same issue. There's some things you could do about erasing everything on the SD card and reformatting it, restarting your phone. I've tried all that. I'm still having the issue. So I don't know, because maybe I had some of the first units out there when I pre-ordered. Maybe that was the issue. T-Mobile sent out an update. I was hoping that would fix that bug, but it did not. So more to come on that. I'll make an update video in regards to how to fix that issue, if it can be fixed at all. So that was something that I found to be quite annoying. So I figured I'd put that in the video. Secondly, what I found annoying was, so I purchased the Galaxy S6 Edge initially, and I returned it within the buyer's remorse because I found that the Edge, the reflection or the glare on the Edge, which is not as pronounced on the Galaxy S7 Edge as it was on the S6, was annoying me to the point where it was really dampening my viewing experience. It still has it. It's not as bad, but it's still there. It's something to think about when you're watching video in any kind of lighting condition, with the exception of complete darkness. Then yeah, it could affect your viewing pleasure, your the way you view videos, and I was just fixated on it, so that was an issue for me. In addition to the Edge, I've noticed. Let me try to pull up YouTube. So what I've noticed is, I got decent sized hands, and I have a slim case on my phone. And for those people that like slim cases, it can be an issue. Without a case, it's definitely a major issue. So if you can see, my palm is kind of tipped over the screen a little bit. So I would be holding my phone like this, and I noticed that my palm or my finger on the Edge would actually wind up clicking on another video while I'm watching something, or I could be in an app and the same thing would happen. It would start clicking on other features of the phone. It was definitely an issue. The case really helped alleviate that issue, but if you like to rock your phone without a case, that might be a consistent issue for you. I still have the issue though with the case, not as often, but it's still there, and it still happens every now and then. So that was a bit of an issue with me in regards to the Edge. And then finally, the battery life. The battery life is good. It's really good on this phone compared to the S6. And I'm not saying it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. But when I first reviewed the phone, the first day or two, I did put about 9 hours of talk time, And I think the more apps that I put on this phone and the more that I use this phone on a daily basis, I think talk time is more of 5 to 6 hours as opposed to the 9 hours that it was reporting on day one. I find if I wake up around 7 a.m. and I'm using my phone, moderately, which I do on a daily basis, around 4 o'clock, I'll be at about 40%. I'll find that I'll have to top off for about an hour, and then at that point, I'm good till the end of the day. So battery life is still good, not as amazing as it was the first day. Now, let's get into the goods of the phone. Oh, so you can see that SD error message. I swiped it away, and it came back. So it'll always come back. But anyway, one of the fundamental great things about this phone is the camera. The autofocus on the camera, just the way it focuses, the way it takes pictures, it's just amazing. The photos are on point, really crisp, beautiful, not a lot of grain to it. Amazing low light photos. The camera is one of this phone's strongest attributes. So if you're a photographer and you like taking pictures or filming video, you have the 4K functionality on here. Amazing camera. I love this camera on this phone. Amazing. And obviously the display is the same display resolution as the S6 and the S6 Edge, but super saturated, really great, amazing display. The best AMOLED display on the market to date. And Samsung has been known for those amazing AMOLED displays. What else is there? I know a lot of people aren't fans of TouchWiz, but I am a fan of TouchWiz. The customization on it is just really amazing. The things you could do that I think Android N or Nutella, whatever we're going to call it, are going to give us the capability, like multitasking with dual window, which Samsung has had for a long time. So that's good to see that all Android devices going to get that function. But actually, Samsung has had it for quite some time, and it's one of the key features that I use on any of my Samsung devices as well. So, TouchWiz, there's actually really good RAM management on this phone. I haven't seen any lag whatsoever to date. I have this phone for about 2 weeks, and the phone is very zippy. The 4 gigs of RAM really helps this device through the paces, and I have no issues with it whatsoever. Internet browsing, again, I could do it with a breeze, no major issues over there. There's a coupon code I have here for parking in the city, and there's really, let's reload this page to show you how fast it is, and then boom, it's back up already. It's really no issues, and I have about 20 other internet pages going in the background. So really fast, zippy device. All in all, amazing phone. If you're looking to get the best of the best, then obviously the Galaxy series is for you. Best camera, has waterproofing, micro SD card expandability. Other than that, there's really not much to dislike. There are those few things. Oh, and I forgot to add about the speaker. The speaker volume is lower and a lot more tinny than the last variant. It has to do with the waterproofing. But it wasn't low enough for it to be bothersome to me, but it was low enough for me to notice the difference between my older Note 5 and this phone. So it is quite a bit lower. But with that being said, you make some sacrifices to get that waterproofing. But all in all, amazing phone, best phone on the market right now. If I had my Note 5 again, would I still purchase this phone? Yes, I would. I kind of wish that Samsung would have offered the regular variant, the S7 with the same battery size, and I probably would have went with the S7 regular variant. But because they only offer the bigger battery with the Edge, I decided to go with the Edge. I really don't use the Edge functionality too much, but it's there. So, that was definitely a bonus. So if you're in the market for a flagship device, you're willing to spend about $700+ on it. This is the phone for you. Right now, it's the best phone on the market to date. I do know that HTC will be launching their M10 or 10 device in the next few weeks. I'll try to get my hands on a review unit, but so far this has been the best phone out there. All right, guys, I got to take this call. So without further ado, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.